Yeah, just pull it up and take it away.
All right. Curtain rise.
And when you take the fabric away, the light will shine and you can read it.
Oh, look at this.
So, hard grade school.
That's it.
You can just pull it away. Yeah.
Oh, that's a school. Yeah, that's it.
There it is.
Wow.
Stars grade
Man,
school.
that's awesome. It is awesome, no question.
I'm going to move the light a little bit now, if you don't mind, and just give you a little idea of how light on the sculpture can change everything.
That's it.
But that's about
25, 50. Yes, indeed.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Ware, here we are at the Orange Graded School, sir. So I want to ask you, what's your first impression when you came up on the hill and saw all the trees gone?
I was so happy to see this, that it's beginning to come alive again. It seemed like you.
So in closing, we would say that I do apologize for rushing today. 10 minutes is not enough time to give due credit to something so important. For all of us who went to school, that is probably the most seminal time in your life. All the things that happened there, all of the ABCs, the relationship with the teachers, the children, the community, the games, all of the things that you do in your school life, that's the stuff you carry into adulthood. Again, the school is designed to create citizens. And so this is the Orange Graded School Marker Project. Today, it's always about next steps. We've done what we said we were going to do, so now we, as partners in the community, we should decide, how do we make adaptive reuse? What does adaptive reuse look like for available spaces? Now, your teachers already have an idea as they look out the window every day, but just something to think about. And so we'll be in touch, and I'll send you some updated information so you can read at your leisure. So thank you for the time, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Miss Jane. All right, so without further ado, continuing business, I will turn it over to Dr. Hornick for superintendent's reports and recommendations.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. First, letter A, we have a fund transfer request, and Mr. Honecker will come to the podium to tell a little bit about this request, and we believe we are seeking action on the 3rd, correct, Gary?
That would be correct. Yes, I'm here to request a fund transfer of $341,018.93 from the capital fund to the Gordon Barber project. And this fund is requested to cover the additional cost of the project above the original amount budgeted. Does anyone have any questions? All right. No questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, under letter B, we'll have the summer food service program report, and Ms. Blair is here to catch the board up.
Good evening. Yes, so we had a successful summer. We opened our summer, what's called the Seamless Summer Option for our summer food service program through all of the schools in the county, and we were able to serve free meals to children and families throughout the county. We had a summer school cafeteria open at all the schools that had summer school. They were all contained a manager. I would say manned, but they were womaned as well. And so the kids enjoyed the meals. They had breakfast and lunch every day. Community members were allowed to come and get meals for their for at home. We also had on Thursdays a weekend bag that we provided if people wanted to come and pick it up. And we had some families that came regularly for that and were very appreciative of it. So we were very happy to do it. We were allowed to do this through waivers that the USDA provided, and those waivers expired on June 30th. So July was not as heavy of a crowd. In July, we did feed people here at Teak, and this was an open site for anybody in the community to come and bring their kids and have breakfast and lunch every day that we were here. And we fed Boys and Girls Club and the Head Start, early Head Start, summer school and child care. So we did have some groups that we fed. We brought meals to the child care centers at Orange and Gordon Barber, and to the early Head Start at Locust Grove Elementary and Gordon Barber, and here, of course, at Teak. So we were busy, and we were happy to help. We served fewer meals this summer, mainly because the last summer was very robust with all of the waivers that we were allowed to use to keep it flexible. So when the waivers expired, of course, that brought that down a little bit. But everybody that needed it and wanted it was able to come and get delicious meals all summer long. Any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Blair. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blair. Thank your folks for all of us for what they do
Absolutely. Thank
for
you.
our kiddos every day. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
And finally, Madam Chair and members of the board, Mr. Arnold will come to the podium to talk about a recommendation for staff regarding the chiller replacement project at Locust Grove Elementary and Prospect Heights Middle.
Thank you, Dr. Hornick. Madam Chair, members of the board, for some time now we've been trying to figure out how to pull off the replacement of the chillers at Locust Grove Elementary School and Prospect Heights Middle School, because we've had multiple issues with these units. It's been hard on our crew and on the Honeywell, the contractor responsible for maintenance. But now the division has finally been able to secure funding to replace all 4 chillers in this current year. And this is being done via the HVAC grant and the ESSER grant for Locust Grove Elementary School. And then we were able to shift some more ESSER funding to accomplish the replacement at Prospect Heights as well. Therefore, the administration recommends that Trane be awarded the contract to furnish and install this equipment via their cooperative purchasing agreement through U.S. Communities. The 2 contracts total $864,640 and include a 5-year extended warranty on each of the 4 chillers. I might also point out that with these chillers being replaced, we will have no problematic chillers left except for the 2 at Orange Elementary and the 1 at Gordon Barber, and those will be cut out of the loop once we finish the projects there. So, any questions or comments from the board?
Nope.
The 2 contracts, does that include servicing and as well as the warranty that you had mentioned?
No, that's part of the Honeywell agreement.
Okay. That's it for me.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for
So,
what you do.
Thank you.
sorry, Mike.
I just saying thanks for what you do. I know a lot of good stuff's going on and noticing it. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold. Madam Chair, that's all this evening for reports and recommendations.
All right. Thank you, sir. So I'll turn it over to Ms. Byram for review of calendars.
Yes, ma'am. We have the October calendar. Our next meeting is on the 3rd, and we have our first parent-teacher conferences coming up in the towards the end of the month in October. The first one, the parent-teacher conferences, will be in the evening. The Friday parent-teacher conferences will be during the morning, and that will be a student holiday. There's a prep board meeting in October as well, and our work session on the 31st.
And at this time, I would like to entertain the idea of moving that work session to the 24th. Dr. Hornick has a conflict there, and we surely want him to meet his obligation
It's
somewhere
not
else.
trick or treat. I promise. That's
Yes, it is. So, do you guys have any objections to moving that meeting to the 24th?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I have no objection. I'll be out of state.
Right. I already have you on vacation. So.
Well, not quite.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's prior to that. I'm sorry. So, Melissa, and that was good with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so, can I have a motion to go ahead and move that meeting to the 24th, please?
So moved.
Okay. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, sorry. I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay. All in agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting moved. All right. So you get to go trick or treating.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. So that's October.
Madam Chair, there is a Head Start meeting planned for Monday, October 17th at 3:15
Okay.
as well. And I told the Head Start committee that I would also mention they're looking for new parent members. The parent committee meeting hasn't occurred yet, but if you're interested in joining the Head Start committee, you need to be on the parent committee, and then you can be involved that way.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you want to talk a board retreat?
Yes, we had also talked about doing a board retreat in October. So does anyone, let's see, wait a minute. Mike is gone. You're on vacation sometime that time too, aren't you, Mike?
Yeah, I'll be out of the pocket from the 14th to the 25th.
Okay. So with that being noted, maybe we should get, if Laura will, reach out to the SBA and find out some dates, and I'll have her email that to everyone so we can tentatively set something up, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
All right. All right. Thank you for reminding me that. Okay. And now on to November's calendar.
Okay. November's calendar is significantly full. We have the regular meeting on the 7th. The 8th is election day, so that will be a student's asynchronous learning day, teacher work day. The chamber banquet this year is on a Saturday. So once I get a little more information about that, I'll confirm who would like to attend that, as we are members of the chamber. And then we have the VSBA's annual convention in Williamsburg, and the Thanksgiving holiday, and the work session on the 28th.
Okay. All righty. Thank you. And now the review of the October 3rd meeting.
And as of right now, the October 3rd meeting is also fairly light, and we just will take action on the two action items that we discussed tonight for first reading.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. All
Are
right.
we going to add the item that was tabled?
No, I think Dr. Hornick is going to has met with Melissa and I, and hoping to meet with you and Mike later on that item. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, can we have closed session certification, please?
Pursuant to 2.2-3711A of the Code of Virginia, I move that the Orange County School Board convene a closed meeting for the following: discussion of personnel or the performance of a division employee as authorized by Section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia for resignation, termination, transfer, employment, salary adjustment, and retirement of employees.
All right. Can I have a second?
A second.
All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We're in closed session. Great. Okay, I'd like to call this meeting back to order and have closed session certification, please.
Whereas the Orange County School Board has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. Whereas 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires certification by this school board that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Orange County School Board hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered.
Thank you. Can I have a second? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Anderson?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Ms. Page?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintern?
Aye.
Madam Chair, the clerk certifies the vote as follows: four yes votes, no votes, with one member absent. The resolution is approved by a 4-0 vote with one member absent.
Okay, if there's anything else?
Madam Chair. I do have something I wanted to bring up to everybody. I believe it needs to be the responsibility of the school administration to present the curriculum for each grade level and school level to all members of the board prior to the start of the following year. Also, all new board members should be given the same presentation at the beginning of their term in office. We as a board should have time to review and implement changes as we see necessary. According to the Virginia Department of Education, the local school board shall be responsible for the selection and utilization of instructional material. Ultimately, we as the board are responsible for what is being taught in our schools and must be kept up to date. I just think that because we were brought on as new board members, we were never given a rundown of what all is being taught in the schools. And then I think just from here on out that we can do that for all new board members as well.
Well, I think typically in the past, I know that new board members would either come in and meet with the superintendent prior to the start of their term. So
I think that would be something that we need to definitely implement. And then also, if we could at least get a rundown of what we're doing as far as this new school year, since that wasn't done prior to us becoming new board members.
I think that's something we can discuss.
Okay, thank you.
Right?
Okay. That's it.
All right. Anything else? Okay, with that, I will adjourn this meeting.
Madam Chair.
Yeah, we need to act on the person.
Oh, duh. Okay, I'm sorry. I will take that back. Apparently, we got to approve these new employees. Sorry. Okay. With that, Dr. Hornick, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, ma'am. The board please approve the salary adjustment, resignation, employment, and coaching and extracurricular assignments of staff as presented in closed session.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, please?
I move to accept the recommended approval of the personnel agenda to include salary adjustment, employment, rescind employment, resignation, and transfer of staff, and extracurricular appointments.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. And now, with that, I'll adjourn this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.